So, hi everyone! Welcome to my vlog. I'm going to react on the Philippines online class scenario. As you all know, the coronavirus disease 2019 pandemic has generated a lot of public health concerns, also the revelations of political anomalies, and the hampering of our country's economic development. And lastly, its greatest effect is upon the daily lives and future of Filipinos. So why did I say future? One of the biggest sectors affected by this pandemic is education. As we are all placed under lockdown, it was all of a sudden during the conduct of the classes during the school year 2019-2020. And now that we are about to resume for our classes, the Commission on Higher Education and the Department of Education has decided to advocate the continuity of learning through online platforms. So, with online classes, it was deemed to be a convenient modality because we are distant and we don't have to go out of the comforts of our home. However, this modality has earned a lot of criticisms and complaints from Filipinos because of the very old existing issue of poverty, which is very effective to online classes because you have to afford all the resources you need, just like internet connection and gadgets and all of it. So I have also seen this trending hashtag on Twitter and even on Facebook, the hashtag academic freeze now, which is being in campaign with students who are fighting for the suspension or further planning on the conduct of online classes because majority of the student population is not ready. And yes, it's true. This is why I chose this topic for my reaction because I have experienced it too. I'm experiencing it right now. As a freshman college student, I never thought that I would adjust to more than my transition period in high school and college. I also had to adjust with this new mode of learning, which is online class. I've always been used to writing in my notebooks, listening to my professor or teacher while taking down notes or actively reciting with my classmates or arriving early in the morning to talk with whoever I want to. So this is one big struggle. So yes, online classes in a nutshell is just 4 words. The struggle is real. So again, I never thought I will spend my first day in college at home because actually I even prepared my outfit for my first day in college with the high hopes of going back to normal. So speaking of normal, part of the new normal is that I had to adjust with the virtual classroom scenario, which I was never ever prepared for, and actually I think everyone. So though online classes are beneficial in the concept that we will be safe inside the comforts of our own home without the fear of contracting the virus and being able to exercise freedom and control, not like in the actual classroom setting that we are pretty much limited with the things we had to do and being always reminded with the proper postures. Now that we are at home, there is freedom for me to stretch my legs, to slump, and even lie down if I want to, just to making sure that I understand the lesson and I do not fall asleep. So it is also convenient in a way that we do not have to wake up early and take a bath or wear uniforms and commute going to school. Just decent clothing and proper grooming will do. So with that, we are saving time and we are being more productive at home because we can still take part in doing the chores, which is very nice to do during the quarantine period since I don't have anything much. So another thing to take note about online classes for me is that advantages as it may seem, there are more setbacks than the benefits. because I find online classes a privilege more than a learning opportunity. I used to think that being homeschooled is for the rich, and now I have proven it to be true. Because you actually have to be prepared to afford all the resources you need, such as a gadget and a stable internet connection. And there are not much gadgets that you can use for online classes below 5,000 pesos. Let's be honest, even if it comes from a buy and sell group, even if it doesn't have warranty anymore, these days, the minimal cost for laptops are 15,000 or 30,000. Another thing about phones, Android phones that are suitable for online classes, just like this one, my this actually phased out, Samsung J series, but I'm still making use of it. So if you take a look at it, this costs at least 10,000 pesos. And not everyone can afford it, especially to those who live below the poverty line. Those who are striving hard to make a living, they cannot afford this anymore. I am just so thankful that we can afford to buy a sustainable kind of gadget and a stable internet connection, but I don't know until when, because the expenses keep on growing and growing as time passes by. And in this country where even being able to eat 3 meals a day is already a challenge, it's obvious that online classes is something that not everyone can afford. So, and another point is that when face-to-face classes are going on, finances are already a burden. So how much more right now that employment is limited due to the pandemic and community quarantine protocols. So let us also be considerate. Another is that while it is true that we can explore technology because our platform is online, internet connection is very poor in the country. As we all have witnessed in the presidential State of the Nation address this 2020, our President Duterte has warned the telecommunications providers to at least fix their internet services for the sake of everyone. So again, internet connection is very poor here in the Philippines, compared to the global standard, regardless of the telco provider. Most countries, just like United States, Norway, actually even other countries in Europe, and I think here in Asia, we also have India, which has adapted already to the 5G network. Whereas the Philippines, we only have 4G, I think. And it's very unbearable for online classes. So this makes internet expensive, given that the platforms used to conduct online classes are consuming lots and lots of internet data. So let's take Zoom for example. Group meetings during Zoom can consume the user 810 MB to 2.4 gigabytes for in just 1 hour. So imagine imagine if you are just using your mobile data, and your mobile data 3 gigabytes of it can cost you already 100 pesos. So 2.4 gigabyte can be taken away from the 3 gigabyte data for just 1 hour. So I think, and we take our classes at least 5 days a week. With that being said, it can cost you more than 3,000 or 2,000 pesos every month. Just every month, imagine that. So another thing is that during the conduct of online classes, I have also experienced inconsistencies even if you're already using the wired connection, which makes me unable to continuously keep track of what they are discussing in class. I just can't imagine how much more the struggle it is for those who live in far-flung areas, who have to go on top of the mountain, on the rivers, just anywhere else outside the house for them to acquire signal. So now, if this is not yet enough proof that online class is a great struggle for everyone, then I don't know what to call it anymore. There is so much work to do, but also so many interruptions. No matter how much I manage my time properly to do the requirements, I can't help but check on my social media accounts and the virtual learning environment for notifications, and then I tend to forget what I'm supposed to do. So, for as long as we are connected to the internet, social media notifies us even if we turn off all the chat heads, because that is how the applications work. While taking the exam or while having a synchronous discussion via Zoom or Google Meet, Messenger is notifying me or Facebook is notifying me that this person liked your post, this person shared your post, and then all of a sudden my concentration gets lost. I'm gonna browse it to check on it. So back in senior high school, we have learned that communication itself can be disrupted by any form of disturbance. Whether it's noise from your surroundings, just like right now, you can hear vehicles moving on my back, at the back of the wall, I must say. Lagging internet connection is a communication barrier because it hinders the processing of information on time. Your siblings asking for attention, they can casually enter your room. And also, our mothers, our parents, who oblige us to help in the household chores, and sometimes our professors can hear me. So, what I am trying to point out in here is that there are unlimited distractions for online classes. And I won't go too far. Simply being lazy to do schoolworks and choosing to scroll on Facebook memes is one of the most distracting factors. Whatever keeps us, the students, away from focusing certainly turns the table from the benefits of freedom and being in control, not like in a classroom setting where students are constantly monitored and disciplined. Remember, there are also university rules that during actual classes or face-to-face, mobile gadgets are not allowed to be used. So, that is a good thing for me in order to focus on my learning. So, to sum it all up, online classes as a new approach to learning here in our country, the Philippines, is something that we are not ready for as a whole nation. It makes us struggle financially, physically, and of course, mentally. So, I am not advocating for academic freeze, but at least, please, make this situation more bearable for us, because I am clearly aware that this is to make sure we are learning in spite of the pandemic, but it doesn't just make sense that it feels like we are only doing it for compliance because we don't want to get left behind. But we must make sure that everyone doesn't get left behind, even if we are adapting to this kind of modality. And that's all. Until my next vlog, and I'll see you. Bye!